Hello everyone, this is Gear204 here, and welcome back to another Minecraft World War II vehicle tutorial. In this tutorial, we'll be going ahead and building the IS-2. The IS-2 is a Soviet heavy tank, the second of the IS tank series named after the Soviet leader Joseph Stalin. It was developed and saw combat during World War II and saw service in other Soviet allied countries after the war. The IS-2 we have in front of us here is sometimes known by the name of Model 1944, but really it is just pretty much an IS. There was no such thing as the models, but this one is the more kind of commonly known design, the late war design, where it had the disc machine gun and the really cool color scheme on the turret, which is more reminiscent of the unit that entered Berlin, and that's where the tank kind of became iconic from in terms of that white coloring on the turret. But I think it's really cool. I love the design of it, so I decided to go ahead and make it this version here, as the standard IS-2 is cool, but not as cool as this upgraded version for sure. But anyways, before we go ahead and jump into this tutorial, I do want to go ahead and mention a few things. If you are completely new to my tutorials, we will be using some tools on Java, and those tools will be the invisible item frames. The command for that will be popping up on screen now. It definitely depends on your version. It's kind of weird. A lot of the versions seem to change up the way that those blocks work, so just keep that in mind. Some stuff maybe you may have to look up how to properly get the invisible item frames, but they are going to be a feature available to everybody on Java. In addition, we'll be using a tool called the Debug Stick throughout this build, so that is going to be popping up on screen now as well. And the Debug Stick is, again, a very useful tool for Java players, and we can do some modification of blocks here and there. So those are the materials we will be using throughout this build, so just keep that in mind going forward through it. But with that, that's going to pretty much wrap up this overview, and let's go ahead and move into the tutorial by beginning with our first layer. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving into our first layer, we'll be going ahead and start with layer 1. A quick few things I want to mention here is that clearly you can see that I do have a resource pack on. This resource pack just changes the properties of some blocks to make them a little bit more color oriented. So you can see here I have a lot of dark prismarine, or that is going to be a lighter color, and it really blends in more with the green terracotta, so that's what I'm using there, as well as the end portal frames are a little bit different. So there are going to be a few differences here in terms of the coloring and stuff like that, but the same general blocks and stuff will apply, and really it's not going to look too different in default. So let's go ahead and get started here. Now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to place down a upside down deep slate stair, and behind that we're going to place down a mossy stone brick full block. If you're not using my resource pack, I'd recommend going ahead and using green terracotta, and for these stairs here I would just be using the normal prismarine stairs that we would use throughout the rest of the build. So that's going to be an alternative here to the mossy stone brick. But we're going to place down 2 more mossy stone brick stairs, full block here, again 2 stairs back to back, and then we're going to place down 2 full blocks like this going back there for the road wheels on the tracks. We're going to place down a deep slate upside down stair here on the very back, as well as a row of prismarine that's going to go across like so, and their deep slate upside down stair. Across the 3 slabs here, we're going to place down 3 trapdoors, and we're going to repeat the same design for the tracks just over here to this side. So I'm going to go and do this a little bit quicker, as it is going to be the same exact process for both sides. So nothing too complex. Now on the full blocks here, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves some normal item frames. So we're going to place down item frames here on the sides of these full blocks. In those item frames, we're going to place down green stained glass panes. And same thing, of course, will be done to the other side. And then in those item frames, we're going to go ahead and also place down dark oak wood buttons. And this is going to be only for Java, because Java, you can place down item frames in the same block space as other blocks. Unfortunately, on other versions, you are not able to do so, but it's just a nice little detail we can add for Java. Now, once that's done, we're going to go ahead and then take our prismarine, and we're just going to fill in the center here of the vehicle with our slabs, going all the way up to right before you get to these deep slate stairs, and between the stairs, we're going to place down a row 3 of trapdoors. We also want to go ahead and place down an item frame on these trapdoors like so, and in those item frames, we're going to place down tripwire hooks, rotate them so they face downwards, and that is going to basically wrap up what we have there for that. And we're also going to do the same thing on the back here for our item frames, using our invisible item frames and placing down tripwire hooks and pointing them downwards. Now, once that's all complete there, we're going to be going ahead and grabbing ourselves some banners here. So these banners, again, real straightforward. They're going to be basically green banners. We're going to do a line of black going vertically on the left side, the left half of one banner, and a line going vertically on the right half of the other banner, and then just a black horizontal line for the center of both. So really straightforward stuff. You'll make these two banners and they'll go on the side here of these two stairs facing each other like that to go ahead and just help us create our nice design there for our road wheels. Anyways though, once that's all complete though, that's going to wrap up everything for layer 1. Here again is a top-down view of what that should look like. And with that, we'll be going ahead and moving into our next layer, which will be layer number 2. Moving into our next layer, we have layer number 2. For layer 2 to start with, we're going to place down a end portal frame on top of this stair here. And on the side of the end portal frame facing forward, we're going to place down a dark oak wood sign. On the sides, we're going to go ahead and place down a normal item frame. So let me go and grab one of those bad boys real quick. So normal item frame. And we're going to place it down on the side here of this block. In that item frame, we're going to go ahead and place down a green stained glass pane. So just like that. And again, if you're on Java, we can place down a button, except we'll have to go ahead and place down a block like this. Button on the side of that block. And we'll use our debug stick here to rotate the direction of the button. So the facing, so it comes off the side of that end portal frame. So real simple stuff there. That will be done to both sides. Then we're just going to take our daylight detectors. We're going to place down a row of 3 across the top here. These trapdoors on the bottom will open up. Just make sure you close those. And then we want to place down a prismarine stair to both sides here in the center. We're going to place down mossy stone brick. Again, I would recommend just regular prismarine if you are not using the resource pack. And then we're going to place down 2 end portal frames back along the sides here. We're going to place down a dark oak wood sign on this first one. And then we're going to place down a invisible item frame on the second one, or just a normal item frame. And then we'll grab ourselves a green terracotta block, and we're going to place it down in the item frame. Again, if you're on Java, we will go ahead and place down a dark oak wood sign on the side here as well to just kind of keep this pattern going. So like that. And then the middle space here, we're just going to fill this in with green terracotta. Then we're going to place down a second row of 3, 3, 4. So 4 rows of 3. So once we get to this point here, we're going to go ahead and place down an upside down dark prismarine stair to both sides. And a second stair right behind that, as well as dark oak wood signs on the sides here of these stairs. So just like this. Then we want to place down another end portal frame that's going to go back, as well as a second one from that. On the side here of this block right here, we're going to place down again an item frame and then a green terracotta block, and you'll have that sign there if you're on Java. And then we're going to place down a dark oak wood sign on the side of this end portal frame, and then again we'll have another item frame, green terracotta block, and then a dark oak wood sign, again if applicable. Then once that's done, we want to go ahead and place down a green terracotta block here in the center. This will be followed up with a stair here to both sides, and then we're going to place down a second stair that goes back, so we create those corner stairs, which actually we're going to have these facing the other direction there, so with the backs toward the middle. And in this middle space here, again, we're going to place down the mossy cobblestone, or the mossy stone, if you can. You can also use like a green shulker box or something as well. That would also work for this situation. And then to the sides here, we're going to be going ahead and again using our mossy stairs. And we're going to place these upside down. Again, I would just use normal stairs. And then in the middle space here, behind these, we're going to go ahead and place down a loom. So 1, 2, 1, 2 for our vents. And then green terracotta in the middle. And then a mossy stone brick full block. Or you can use a green shulker box as well. Either one will work. We'll place down an item frame on the sides of these blocks. And we're going to go ahead and place down a cobweb in the item frame. And then we'll place down a dark oak wood button on the side there of those blocks. So it'll look like that. And then we just want to place down dark oak wood signs on the sides here of these stairs. And same thing will be done over here on this side as well. On the very back here, we're going to place down a prismarine slab to the sides. And then in the middle space here, we're just going to place down a row of the mossy stone brick stairs, or just regular prismarine stairs, whichever you prefer there. Anyways, though, that's going to wrap up everything we have there for layer number 2 here. Here again is a top-down view of what that should look like. One thing also I want to mention is that on these end portal frames here, we're going to put down the eyes, or the eye enders in them. We can do this by just going ahead and using the debug stick, or you can actually just physically place an eye ender into those end portal frames, but just a little bit of detailing there on that. Anyways, though, that's going to wrap up everything for layer number 2 of the build, and with that, let's move on to layer number 3. Moving on to our next layer, we have layer number 3. For layer 3 to start with, we're going to place down an upside down prismarine stair across the space here, and then a polished diorite upside down stair to both sides. Coming off the stair, we're going to place down an item frame, and then we want to go ahead and place down a green terracotta block in the item frame, just like that. We're going to go then take our dark prismarine slabs, go forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slabs forward, and then we're going to go ahead and place down 2 polished blackstone slabs, a item frame, and then a black concrete block in the item frame like that on the very tip there to go ahead and create the main gun. After that's done, we're going to go ahead and then place down a green terracotta block in the center here, and then a upside down polished diorite stair that's going to be the corner stair, so make sure you place it like this so it creates that corner stair and that shaping there. On the sides of these stairs, we're going to place down item frames, and for the Soviet red star, we're going to place down a red stained glass pane in the item frame like that. Then we're going to place down a row of 3 of the polished diorite all the way across. This will be followed up with a white stained glass pane to the sides. And we're going to leave that as is for right now. We're going to place down another green terracotta block in the center here. This will be followed by another polished diorite upside down stair like this. We're going to place down a second stair going back from it like so, and then another stair going across the back here. So just like the front, it's going to create this shaping here. We have the corner stairs and the normal stair like that. To the sides, if you're on Java, we're going to place down a block that comes off the side here of those corner stairs by 1. And we're going to then place down a tripwire hook come off the side of those blocks. We'll use our debug stick here to rotate those so that they connect up to the side of those stairs. So just a little bit of extra detailing there on the turret. And then also for shaping here, we're going to go ahead and mess with these glass panes by going ahead and extending them forward and back just to help kind of create a little bit more better shaping there for the turret. After that's done, going ahead and continue on, we're going to place down a row of mossy cobblestone slabs on top of the stairs and the full block here. So just creating our external fuel tanks that are mounted on the vehicle. And then in the middle space here, we're going to place down a item frame on top of this block. We'll place down a green stained glass pane in the item frame, and if you're on Java, we'll also place down a dark oak wood button. So just like that. And then we're going to place down 2 daylight detectors. We'll turn these to that night mode, so that light bluish gray color. And once you have that all done right there, that's going to wrap up everything we have for layer number 4 of the build. Layer number 3 of the build. And with that, we'll be going ahead and moving into our final layers here, which should be layers 4, 5, and 6. So with that, let's move on to our last final layers. Moving into our last final layers, we have layers 4 through 6. For these layers here to start with, we're going to place down 2 dark oak wood trapdoors on the front here on these 2 polished blackstone slabs. And then behind these, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4 green carpet, another dark oak wood slab, and then this right here is going to be a row of 3 of daylight detectors across the space here, and make sure you close that trapdoor if it opens up on you. We're going to go then place down a polished diorite slab, a red nether brick slab, and then 2 more polished diorite slabs back from that. In this corner space over here, we're going to place down a prismarine stair, like so, and then a diorite slab back behind it. On this other side here, we're going to place down a prismarine slab and a diorite slab behind it. Again, we'll use our debug stick here for Java players to modify the properties of the stair, so we create a corner stair and it looks like this here. We're also going to go ahead and grab our iron bars, and we're going to go ahead and place down 3 iron bars up from this white stained glass pane on the left side of the turret. And then continuing on back, we're going to place down a green terracotta block here, followed by a dark prismarine stair right behind it, like this for the commander's cupola. And we're also going to place down a dark oak wood sign on the side here of this block. Now, once that's done, we're going to go ahead and then place down a mossy stone brick or just a regular prismarine slab on the right side there. And in this corner space here, we're going to place down a zombie head at a slight angle like that to go ahead and round off the back of the turret. Now, for the machine gun up on top, for the Dishco, we're going to place down a grindstone. And you can have this gun either face forward or you can have it face back. My model I have it face forward over there, but again, you can have this face the other way if you do want to. It just kind of depends on what you want to do, but for us, we'll have it face forward. So we're going to place down an end rod going this way toward the front, and then a lightning rod like that for the barrel of the gun. We'll place down an item frame on the side of the grindstone. In that item frame, we'll place down a black bed, turn it sideways, and we also want to go ahead and place down a block here for my Java players. We're going to place down a tripwire hook on the back, and then use our debug stick here to rotate it So it comes off the back there of the grindstone. On top of the grindstone, we're going to place down a flower pot, and then to the left side, we're going to place down a zombie head like that. So that right there is going to create our Dishka machine gun mounted on the top. And again, you can rotate it so it faces backwards and, you know, all that, or to the sides, whatever you want to do. But that right there is going to wrap up everything we have for layers 4 through 6, and that's going to complete my tutorial here for the IS-2 model 1944. Hopefully you guys do enjoy this build and are able to put it to good use. If you do end up using this build, I do ask that you guys give me proper credit for it. This can be anything from a sign the build, link to my channel, or this video if this does appear in your social media sites. As long as you guys give me proper credit for it, you're free to use it for whatever projects you guys are working on. With that though, thank you guys again so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Gary 2x4, and I'll see you guys next time.